Alright. Ayun, gawin natin ngayon. Ay. Game review. Sige, game review tayo. Let's talk about this game. A new game in 8-bit style. So, let's check it out. AVGN 1 and 2 Deluxe, published by Screenwave Media and developed by Zone Games. It was globally released last October 30, 2020. Well, actually, it's not really a new game. It was a remastered game based on its original version, the AVGN 1 back in 2013, followed by its sequel, the AVGN 2 Assimilation back in 2016. Well, it's like a leveling up of the quality and performance of the game to have a better experience. So, little info lang tayo regarding sa Angry Video Game Nerd or mas kilala sa tawag na AVGN. So, AVGN is one of the most popular YouTube channel hosted by none other than the nerd itself, Mr. James Wood. Sa mga di nakakilala sa kanya, so siya lang naman ang kaisa-isang nilalang nakilala kong bibigay ng ultimate insult sa lahat ng mga old games that we all know, especially sa mga batang 90s, kilalang alam nila yan. And I really love the nerd. He's just like a Jesus Christ of video game for me. And maybe if AVGN already exists during our childhood, siguro he will going to save us all not to play all those games that we all know, diba? And yeah, consider myself as a fan of his. And to prove that I'm one of his avid fans, I'm going to play the AVGN 1 in a hard level difficulty. Yes, you heard me. Hard level difficulty. Finishing every stages in a perfect round without death. Without death. Oh yeah, bumabalik na lahat sa otak ko. All the childhood memories. Classic. At the beginning, there's an option where you can modify the settings. I'm not gonna explain it one by one because it's all self-explanatory. If you hit start, you proceed to file selection menus where you can select a new game to save your progress. And it was autosave, so don't bother yourself saving from time to time or if you are done playing. Naputik na save ko ba? And then after this, you can now choose the difficulty level. Yeah, like someone's gonna finish this highest level of difficulty. Regarding the control configuration, you can choose either keyboard or game controller to play. Hindi lang ako komportable gamitin ng keyboard to play a side-scrolling action game, so I'm going to use the game controller on this. Okay, so like I said, it was a two-part game, the AVGN 1 Adventure and the AVGN 2 Assimilation. In the first game, you will start with a cutscene where the nerd and his pals playing shitty video game like they always do. Then, suddenly his friends were zapped into a TV. The nerd managed to escape, but then he also pulled in by grabbing his balls. Ouch. You will start in Gameland, where it's like a training mode, giving you a basic instruction on how to play the game, like jumping, firing, and aiming, like I am playing a Mega Man. But the cool thing is, you can shoot in any direction, unlike the other side-scrolling action games that can only shoot towards the enemy. You can also unlock other playable characters, like the guitar guy, much more like a dead guy. He can shoot past through walls. Mike Matei has the highest jump and he used a lightsaber to break walls and see hidden objects. And also the who can do double jump while partying and enemies. There are 8 stages you need to clear in order to unlock the final stage. Each stage has a unique gaming and colorful environment. And check out these awesome sounds. Some of the stages is easy to beat, but some stages is hard as And the hardest one for me so far is this haunted house where your visibility is limited, so you don't hardly imagine what will happen next while playing. The game programmer really puts an effort to all the stuff that nerds really hate in this game. Like the one-hit death blocks, useless weapons. Oh, sorry, I thought it was a useless weapons. It can also hurt the enemies, so moving on. Falling ceiling, flying projectiles that you can explain what it is. Seriously, what is this exactly? I think it's like a tar shear wearing a spacesuit. A surprise block of spikes, a giant burping one-eyed head made from a dog, and many more. And like any other classic games, everything on this game wants you dead. Even the birds and reindeer can actually hurt you. Yeah, that's bird. And once you're out of continues, this message will pops up on your screen. Like the nerd is throwing all his frustrations towards you. Every stage has its own boss. Also, based on those games that you played. And once you obliterate them all, you can unlock the final stage and meet the game designer itself, Brad. Yes, the final boss is the game designer. On AVGN 2 has a different set of story. You started on a cutscene with all your friends hanging out, and suddenly there's an alien attack, zapping the world and turning everything into shitty games, and everybody is turning into a monster. After that, the story will now turn to the nerd sleeping on his house. He wakes up knowing nothing about the world's happened while he's drunk dead. So like the first game, you are playing the nerd having all the basic moves. But the fun part is that you can collect some upgrades or power-ups to help you out to clear the game more. Just kidding. I didn't complete all the upgrades on my first run clearing the game, but I'm going to take another shot. The only difference this time is that the only playable character is the nerd, because all of his friends changed into something ugly pixelated monsters. Wow, I'm saying a lot of today. Anyway, this game has only 5 stages with 3 levels each before battling the bosses on each stages. You need to clear each stage so that you can collect this faster to unlock the final stage. And like the first game, it also packed with unique and colorful gaming environment. We also have a different level of difficulty. The hardest stage for me on this one is this Area 51, where the gravity on this stage changes every time you jump press in this gravity switch. And it's getting worse on the 3rd level. Whenever you jump, the gravity changes. But in all stages, I really like this guiding nerd with Japanese-inspired environment. Because the coolest part on this stage is that you can see the ugly Godzilla in the background kicking asses of Mantra, King Ghidorah, and Mecha Godzilla. And that's really freaking awesome. Like the prequel, everything is based on those games, but they also include the board games. And guess what? Fred back. You will meet him several times on these games, again and again, up to the final boss. He is also collecting the capacitor, but you can easily kick his this time. The final boss was created by Fred, and the monster is totally out of control. So after beating the final ugly boss, you may now enjoy and watch the ending. But since the game is not good ending, so I really need to repeat again to have a good one. I didn't know yet how to get a good ending, but I guess it will depend on how many times you died on this game, or maybe you need to clear the game faster or whatever. So after finishing both games, you will now unlock the final chapter, the Tower of Torments, which I'm not going to review because I don't want to spoil everything on this. So I will let you see it for yourself what's on it. So, there you go. That is my short review of AVGN 1 2 Deluxe. Final words. It's far more decent games compared to those old days of gaming. The gameplay is well balanced, the control is very responsive, it's fun, challenging, and it's 100% playable. And it's not. So now that I have nothing more to say, so I'm gonna finish this review by playing the hardest level difficulty that this game could ever give. So let's go.